Hi everyone, Paul Flores with Orange Unified Curriculum Department, and we're going to be looking at the math website. So the first thing we want to do is know how to get there. Then we'll look at the resources on that site, just a general overview. And then we'll also look at a search engine that you can use if you're looking for resources and maybe to get to them a little quicker than clicking all through the website. So real quick, first you want to be on your dashboard, and then you want to look for the application Remote Learning Teacher, and that's right here. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. It's in the top row. Click on that, and then once that opens, you'll just be able to scroll just a bit down, and you'll see curricular websites here. You see math, science, and special ed. We're going to click on math, and then that takes you right there. So real quick, just to look at the website, I'm going to go through the tabs up at the top. So let's go ahead and look up at the tabs. You have math websites and apps, so I'll click that on. And just scroll down and you can see class time. We're going to look at that later in this kite lesson. But in short, it's a website where you could have students do problems and get instant results to help guide your instruction with those problems. There's some pre-made ones, and you can also make your own. So we'll take a look at that later on in this kite lesson. Scroll down. Also, I like to remind people that Jo Boaler, you can check out her website. YouCubed has really good math questions that create opportunities to critically think, and has some good articles from teachers and really cool studies that they do with math and student learning. So check that out if you have time. And then here, this is a math learning center. Now that we're remote learning, there's these applications that are manipulatives in digital form. Really good to have. You can use them to teach with your students, show them how to use them, and then they in turn can use them to solve problems or record them to show you how they solved the problem maybe. So it's a great use of applications for manipulatives. This is PhET, P-H-E-T. They're interactive simulations, as it says. This is something that's really cool. It's STEM based, and you can go check that out. Also free, and allows students to critically think and interact with math and science. And then down at the bottom, finally, Open Middle. This is really good for, again, getting students to critically think and also finding different ways to solve a problem. So the beginning would be the same of the problem, the end would be the same, the result, but the middle, how you get there, there's multiple ways to do that. And so it makes it really fun to hear students give different answers, not answers, I'm sorry, but different paths to solve the problem. Now I'm going to go to the next tab, which is engaging activities. And here, these activities that I've given, I'm starting to populate it. And if it says K through 12, then obviously there's resources in there that work K through 12, and then grade 6 and so on. And you keep scrolling down and it's grade 7 now. So I'm going to continue to populate this. These are accredited to NCTM, National Council of Teachers of Mathematics, and it's teachers creating lessons. They're in PDF form, and it's really good information. It walks through the outcome that they had in the classroom, problems, tips. So it's a great resource. Then we go to the next tab, and that's strategic thinking. Again, this is related to class time and work that was done by Scott Houston from Educators Co-op, and it's really insightful on types of thinking that are involved for the SBAC questions that students will face when they take that test. And it's not teaching to the test. I just want to make that clear. It is just strategic thinking involved within the type of questions that are given on the test. And then if you keep scrolling down, this is Jamboard. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this now that we've moved into remote learning. However, I will go over this in this kite lesson as well. Is another resource that you can use. I've built two, and it's basically an interactive whiteboard. You can drag and drop images and create activities that you can have interact with the students all at once, or you can push it out so they each have their own. And then over to the right, these are links that will give you the pieces that go along with that activity. So I made a Kahoot warm-up, then there's the Jamboard activity, an answer key, and then some additional prompts to the activity. So again, we'll go over this in this kite lesson. Okay, so then moving along, achieve the core. Some of you may have heard me speak to this in April, but this website gives you some major standards in each grade level that the students need in order to be successful for the next grade level. There is what they call a coherence map that shows standards that the students will be working on, but then also it links standards, look at them as like prerequisite standards that are necessary for the student to be successful in the standard you're working on. And it's very helpful because when a student doesn't know something, it may take a lot of time to figure out where those holes are within that standard. So what this does is it gives you the prerequisite standards so you can quickly go back to that prerequisite standard, and it'll have an activity in there that you can do with the students very quickly to determine if that was where the hole was, or if you have to look at one of the other prerequisite standards. And you could follow the map all the way back to kinder or all the way forward to 12. Click over here for more. And there's some more tasks, capacity building tasks. These are tasks that I've made on Google Documents. This is a whole explanation of it and how it starts to prepare students to get ready for the performance tasks that they see on the SBAC. So again, it's just kind of like slowly working, the skills needed in order to ultimately be able to power through one of those performance tasks. And then these are your K-6 instructional guides. So they haven't changed. However, I know a lot of teachers, may modify or work through topics differently right now, given the times. So again, they're here as a guide, and check them out if you feel like you're too far ahead or maybe you need to catch up or whatever the case. Just give it a look, and you can always email me if you have some ideas about the guides. Here we have problem of the week. This was, some people would check them out, their grade levels. I made these animations with questions for students to do, so you can show them to the students and work with them through these problems. It gives an approximate grade level of where these can work. So you scroll through them, you just push play, and basically it's me talking as a cartoon. The thought was at least the student sees something different, but hears my voice. And yeah, so just scroll through and check those out. They do tend to be third and higher. There are a lot of sixth grade ones. There's a couple high school ones, but fun to do, especially those students that need that challenge, need a little, need something that's gonna have them critically think a bit more. And the last piece to this, just scroll down. And I don't know if any of you are familiar with Awesome Tables, but this is what you're looking at right here. You see these three, there's a text search and then a category and platforms at the top. And it's something that you can create on your own. And it's a search, basically it's a search engine. You're just looking for things, and it makes it a lot easier. So for example, if I click category, I can choose what category I'm looking for. Everything from teachers' activities to iPhone to Google. Or I can go platforms. So am I using Google? Am I using Pearson? And you can click in there, and then, or you can just put, you can type something in. So if you wanted to do something like groups, I type in groups and two things come up: creating groups and Realize. This is a document, so you'll see if it just has Pearson Realize as a document, and then I have creating groups YouTube. That means I made a video of it. So that's it. Again, sorry, I know that was a bit long, but I wanted you to know everything within the website. Hopefully there's at least one thing that you can find that that can be helpful to you.